I heard a rumour. I have to say if this is actually accurate. And so far, it's not boding so well since it has now swapped over to Sorrow, and at the time of first checking this, nope, I actually didn't come in here during that. It was in a, well, Dominus Thrax was in a different mood, because in case you didn't know, the whole spirals here is determined on Dominus Thrax's mood. There are 5 of them, asked me to name them, and I couldn't. We're still waiting to find the actual open world side of this, but yeah, it has swapped over to Sorrow. Yet, the actual offerings from Teshin's cave, well, Teshin's cave offerings has stayed the same. This is basically a new category they are trying out that is going to have random frames in it. And from what everything kind of says, these are the frames that you can currently use inside of Deviri. Obviously, there's only one way to actually test this, but these were here before. So we can actually see the fact that those 3 frames aren't here at all. As forementioned, those 3 frames aren't the frames you can actually use. They're just a completely separate system to this. It actually says if you wish to procure, why say procure? If you wish to purchase these items, then Teshin's Caves, there is a specific tab for the, and this is my favourite part, Warframes and weapons. And weapons. It even shows the weapons in the image. That's not so true. That appeared in your last visit to the cave. That's right, the last visit to your cave. That's why it doesn't matter in the slightest what mood Dominus Thrax is in as to what will actually happen. For those curious about what happened in that mission, they basically did the first mission and left. Kind of gutted because I did try to continue, but nope, they wanted to leave. That happens if you get a rubbish roll on the circuit. Don't just bail, just complete the first mission and then wait until his mood changes, because that will change the offerings that he has. But what it should do is change what appears right here. That's not what I wanted to click on, that is. Oh look! One thing. No, it's not the same frames. At all. It's one same frame and the rest are actually different. Citrine, normally I would love nothing more than to take you in there. Necros, hell yes. Nyx, definitely. Nezha, well I used you last time, but I'm sorry. And the weapons, well I'm assuming they're all going to be Kuvad, Tenet, Incarnon, the blueprint. Ooh. Well, obviously we know what I'm going to pick here, don't we? Kama, okay, that should be there in the marketplace when we come back out. Primed. Syndicate weapon, but it should still allow you to do that. Prisma. And Syndicate weapon. I forgot about the Syndicate weapons. They won't appear in the marketplace either. Well, this is going to be some next level interesting items that's going to pop up every day. Not a good idea for Steel Path, but hey, I'm always up for a good struggle. But now when you go to the marketplace, it should have changed to something completely different. Perigale isn't the Incarnon weapon I thought it was. Oh no. Citrine, same thing. The blueprint, you've kind of got to do missions to get a hold of that. But the Kama, however, that blueprint is actually in the marketplace and can be purchased. 4 credits and built using parts. So things that are primed won't appear here. Things that are Syndicate based, Tenet based, Kuva based, Event based, that is the Vandal and the Wraith. Prisma is from Barrow. I don't know about the Tenocon weapons you can only get from Barrow. I would assume they won't appear here because they don't have blueprints for these weapons. They are usually purchased or received built. Anything that has an actual blueprint you can build that isn't a prime, you can get here and get the blueprint. But this feature is in fact something they will be adding. As you can see on the left, there's a new little icon underneath, well, where it says anger in 1 hour. That would be the Warframe and the weapons. If you hover over Warframe, like the middle part of this, you can see what frames are going to be available inside of Teshin's cave before actually heading in. Obviously hovering over the weapons, yay! Self-explanatory at that point really, isn't it? Shows you the weapons that are going to be available within Teshin's cave. This video I was actually putting up today, but yesterday they kind of showed this, and I couldn't have been happier, considering I still, literally about an hour after this, I got a message telling me, oh, in the marketplace you can see what Warframes are available before you go in. You can't. They are based on your last visit to Deviri. When they add this, you will in fact be able to see what is going to be in there before you go in. That means if you want to do a Steel Path circuit run and you want it to be a long run, you can turn around, look at it and go, okay, one of the team members is taking this frame, they're taking that one. That's always pretty decent to do beforehand anyway if you're doing a long run. But say you're going Octavia Prime, the Prisma Tetra and the Euphorna Prime. You can then turn around and go to your arsenal and set these up however you want to set them up to make them as strong as possible before actually heading in, if it is a frame you haven't used in a while. If it's a frame you use all the time, there's a high probability they're already set up and you can just grab and go. I like this for that exact reason. Plus it means we're not going to have people bailing constantly. The amount of times I've jumped into the circuit and had basically everybody was my favourite one, go in, and about 6 times it swapped people in the game. The host left twice and everybody else left. By the time I went in, I was with a completely different squad and host migrated twice. Don't know why it didn't just make me host at the point where I was the only one left, but never mind. Because obviously the frames that were there they didn't like, or the weapons that were there they didn't like, so they decided they weren't going to do it. The problem with this, however, I can see coming is when the frames are rubbish for one person, they might be really good for a different person. Because it's kind of random across everybody. It's not the same frames for everybody. And the same weapons for everybody. Which means there's going to be a lot of waiting around for the next mood. Which, as you can see, 1 hour and 2 minutes for it to change to anger. So if you don't like what's there, you're going to have to wait an hour until it changes. That could be highly problematic. Like, ridiculously problematic. But they are in fact adding this feature, so please stop telling me it's in the marketplace. That is a completely different thing. But they are adding this feature that everybody keeps telling me exists. With that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.